Yeah, there are lots of roadblocks and hazards along the way, I think, and some of them are even warranted too. There are privacy concerns, so some of these companies that are leading the way with respect to these metaverse technologies don't have a very good track record in that department. So definitely something to keep an eye on. But then, in response to that, there are watchdog organizations coming up like the XR Safety Initiative, headed up by Kavya Perlman. So even though that is a risk and a concern, thankfully we're aware of it, and there are attempts to try and keep track of these sorts of things. The other big one is walled gardens, companies trying to monopolize uh, virtual reality and augmented reality platforms. So to prevent interoperability with other platforms means that they force all of their users and all of their creators to double down on their ecosystem, which is, yeah, anti-competitive at its heart. But again, there's a strong open metaverse movement as well opposing these things. There are also some, I think, things that concern me quite a bit, because there are less watchdogs and less debate around it, is the social risks. We don't really know what the unintended consequences of these technologies are. We don't know if they increase or decrease inequality. We don't know if they'll be more influential than, like, on our political views than, say, a streaming service like Netflix or YouTube. It's hard to say because it's very early days, but something worth keeping an eye on. Other questions like, are there negative side effects to this escapism that virtual reality promotes? Probably, the same way that there are negative side effects to other forms of escapism, like watching TV or playing games or something like that. I think, sort of personally, the risk that I think not nearly enough people talk about is the psychological effect of enacting violence in virtual reality. It's a very specific sort of thing to be worried about, but I think sitting on a couch playing video games with a controller in your hand, a distance away from a flat screen, is very different from actually embodying what you're doing. You're enacting it. You're actually taking your body through the motions of performing whatever it is you're doing in virtual reality. And I think there's a psychologically there's something very different going on there. And the games industry is renowned for doing very gory, very edgy stuff, because they know that it'll sell well. And traditionally, that has done really well in the gaming world. And gaming is a big part of virtual reality, especially in the software scene. So when I see it like a World War II VR game where you're in the trenches and bullets flying overhead, sure, it's action packed, and we have like a history of enjoying movies about war and games about war. But I think virtual reality is slightly different when you're actually there. Probably more research is needed in the area, but I would definitely say that's something to keep an eye on, I think, and we definitely need to be very careful about how we do that sort of thing.